Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to season 2, episode 111. On today's episode, we're going to be giving you the preview for tomorrow's game, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. Guys, this is a massive game. We're going to be facing an extremely tough team. We need points. We're getting into the final stretch of the season. Guys, as always, I post a link on Twitter if you guys ever want to join and give your thoughts and basically like discuss with us as well and join the conversation. Always feel free and welcome to. Um, just click on the link and then you'll be able to join. But let me introduce my co-host for today, Alex.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Okay, guys, let's get right into it. Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. This is how the table is looking right now. As you can see, Real Madrid they did win their game. They have one game in hand. And if they win, no, if we lose, they're gonna have an 8 point. That 11 point lead that we have is gonna be cut to 8, and we don't want that because then that puts a lot of nerves. That gives Real Madrid like life into the game, and we don't want that. We want to go into this game, and we want to get the job done. That's the most important thing. Um, but Alex, well, what were your sensations going ahead of this game? I know this is an important game, but are you feeling confident?
Yeah, I actually am. I know as of late we've been struggling a little bit to find goals, but we do have very exciting news, and that's that Pedri and the Young will be back tomorrow. And I can't tell you what a huge relief that is. I think I speak for everyone when I say that I've missed them nearly, very, very dearly. I've missed both, and it's a huge weight lifted off our shoulders, and I feel great going into this game. I know it's still gonna be a great game. Atletico have been in phenomenal form as of late, but I still have the hope, and I still think we're gonna be able to manage to get through and get the 3 points tomorrow that we very much need, as you said.
It's going to be as simple as that. As you can see right now, this is the squad for tomorrow's game. You see massive additions. Pedri and Frankie de Jong are included in the squad, and just having both of them, just it changes the entire way the team plays. They're so fundamental to the team. They add so much creativity, so much ball possessions. Like they add so much to the team that it's a completely different Barcelona team when these two guys are in it. But now moving on to the lineup, let me just pull it up real quick.
And real quick, I wanted to mention, Jamal, the youngster we have that came, the Moroccan that came
Yeah,
from.
the Yamal. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a record breaker. He's only
Mhm.
15 and he's been promoted to the first squad. Uh,
That's insane.
yeah,
The talent
it's
is just phenomenal.
yeah, the talent is insane. The one thing I would say is just that let's not put too much pressure on this kid. He's only 15. We've seen too many examples where like because people have already been mentioned, oh, this is the next Messi, and everything. Um, let's take our time with this guy. Let's not put too much expectation on him. Let's let him develop and everything before we call him anything like that. But he is a very good talent, and he's a record breaker. He's the youngest player in Barcelona to basically be called up to the first team. But let me share my screen. But guys, this is the lineup that FC Barcelona is going to be lined up. As you can see, both Frankie de Jong and Pedri, they are most likely going to be starting this game. Um, Other than that, I think it's a pretty straightforward lineup. Christensen is out, Dembele is out still. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and I honestly think that's the best thing we can work with as of now. We're seeing that the team is still missing, obviously Christensen, and we we're still missing that threat up top that Dembele brings. But again, I think we're in very good shape for the game tomorrow. Um, that back line looking solid. Alonso is the weak link, but even then, I'm not too upset with how he's been as of late when he's played. And the midfield is just it's a beautiful sight to see. I think that's one of the most, if not the most complete midfield in Europe when playing together and fit. And I think Lewandowski is gonna appreciate this. Rafinha as well, but I think mainly him, who was
Yeah,
the nine and the target man. I think they're gonna appreciate this tomorrow. But
yeah, because
again,
that
it's
that connection between Pedri and Lewandowski. You
Mhm.
know, that connection is like one of the most important for Lewandowski because as a striker you need service,
For
and
sure.
Pedri is someone who can provide service, and not only service, he's a player who can contribute goals. And
And
he
not just that, I think I'm sorry to interrupt real quick, but we also have players like De Jong who not everyone thinks of their creative game when they think of them. They think of them more as like box to box players or
yeah,
disruptors or whatever you want to call them, CDMs. But I think the Young has a lot of creativity to his game. It's just he showcases it differently, right? It's not
exactly.
the long ball, the crosses that De Bruyne gives or someone like that, but it's more with the way he dribbles. But again, you were saying about Pedri. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's just like Pedri, like his goal scoring, like that's something that we've also missed in this team. He's a player who is very offensive. Who Xavi tells him, hey, shoot more in the box, because you're a very talented player. Um, just the main thing that we have to do in this game is just win, because we don't want to keep dropping points, because if we keep dropping points, then we have more pressure onto us. And when that happens, for example, look at Arsenal. For example, they drew 3-3 to Southampton, and now people are saying that the league is done. And they had an 8-point lead ahead of Manchester City. Um, Luckily, we don't have to play Real Madrid again, because
Beautiful,
then that
beautiful bottle drop from them, by the way.
a beautiful ball job. Alex, quick question, like completely off topic. Do you think that this season for Arsenal is a failure or a disappointment?
I think yeah, it has to be a failure because um when you've been title contenders for basically the whole season and you've been in
Hmm.
first place virtually for months now, um, not winning the league is criminal, right? And it
Yeah.
was an 8 point margin. It's not that it was three. 8 points is already like a pretty good difference for you to
Hmm.
start taking care of,
And the
increasing,
way that you lost the league, because for example, you were leading, for
blowing two
example,
goal leads.
exactly two goal leagues against Liverpool, against what happened, and you're dropping points where you shouldn't be dropping, and you're not beating the teams that you should be. But guys, let us
Yeah.
know down in the comments. Do you think that Arsenal season is
Um,
disappointment, because like no one expected Arsenal to be in that situation at the start of the season? Do you think it's a disappointment, failure? Let us know down in the comments. But going back to Barcelona, I think we don't want to have that situation. We don't want to be
mhm.
inviting pressure on everything, and we're gonna have a firm test. I believe if we put Atletico Madrid to bed, I think it's smooth sailing from here. I don't think we're gonna have like any troubles. Just I believe that if we don't beat Atletico Madrid tomorrow, we're gonna make the final end of the season very hard for us. It's gonna be
Mhm.
grindy, and we don't want that. We want to be going into the final games of the season with confidence. Because we've worked very hard to be in this situation, and we don't want to give the title up. We do not want to let these teams back in the title race at all. Um, but Alex, match prediction.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a 2-0 us.
2-0. Okay, and goal
Yeah,
scorers.
I'm sorry. And the scores, I think I will go with Lewandowski. I'm gonna go with a brace from Lewandowski.
Brace
I
from
think
Lewandowski.
I think tomorrow he's gonna find his rhythm. He's gonna be feeling it with the
Mm-hmm.
strength that's brought back to the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're gonna have a dominating win tomorrow. Yes, Atletico are gonna get close, but I think we're gonna hold off on the defense and get the chances that we need to win.
Okay. Okay. Let me think. I mean, you think we're like a very like scrapey like 1-0 win from Barcelona? Or I think if we win, it's gonna be like a 3-0 or something like that. Lewandowski goes crazy, Pedri. Because when we look at it, this team, some of their best performances have been when all of them have been playing. And that's been really like throughout the entire season. But you know what? I'm gonna go for the same. Just I believe that Pedri is gonna get back on the score sheet. I think Pedri is gonna get back on the score sheet, and I also think that Lewandowski is gonna get on the score sheet as well. But guys, that was it for tonight's episode. As always, guys, I post a link on Twitter. If you guys ever want to join, always feel free and welcome to. Just click on the link, and then you'll be able to join. But guys, as always, like, subscribe, and comment. It helps out the channel a ton. Just click like, subscribe, and everything. And guys, let us know if you disagree or agree with anything that we said. As always, guys, we'll see you guys all in the next episode tomorrow, especially with the match reaction.